Hey, it's Hannah back with another part to my San Myshuno remodel. We are on part 15. We are so close to finishing, and today we are going to be remodeling Skye Fitness. As you can see, I literally just deleted the entire basement. That's not because I didn't want to do the basement. It's because this will no longer be a gym. I'm actually transforming this gym into a restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant called, I think I named it Buselli's. I'm pretty sure I named it Buselli's. I don't even know if that's a real Italian word. I just made it up. But I don't know. Something about San Myshuno just made me think that this area needed an upscale restaurant more than a gym, especially because this lot is in the more high-end apartments area of San Myshuno. And I'm like, gosh, all these people here probably have their own gyms in their house. So I was like, I think they need a really nice restaurant. So they have a really nice Italian restaurant now. And I think, I don't know, I like how it turned out. I think restaurants are kind of hard, especially when you're working with a building that wasn't originally intended for a restaurant. For example, here, first of all, there was the basement, which I just flat out deleted. But then upstairs, there's a really big outdoor area, which when it was a gym was a basketball court. But now it's just a big open area. So obviously a good area for outdoor seating, but sometimes that can kind of affect gameplay, in my opinion. If you have a really wide lot or really big lot, sometimes the waitresses don't get to your table very well. I don't know. Dine Out's been kind of glitchy since day one, so I'm really not going to change my build based on that, but just a heads up, you might experience that. But I didn't want to just completely delete both the basement and the upstairs, so we left the upstairs. That's also where the bathrooms are and stuff, which if I was at a restaurant and I had to go upstairs to use the restroom, I'd be annoyed, but whatever. The Sims don't care. But yeah, I kind of went with I don't know, I love eco lifestyle, so I feel like I used a lot of eco lifestyle stuff, but I also wanted it to be upscale, high-end, clean lines and stuff like that. So I think I achieved that pretty well. It's really easy for me when I'm doing high income area builds that I make everything white and gray and clean. And so I wanted this to be warm, but I also wanted it to be modern and fancy. So that's what we did. So we have this grand entrance here with the alcohol bottles behind the reception area, just automatically bougie a little bit. And then we kind of have some private seating over to the side that I'll work on in a minute, with booths with walls in between, basically just for some privacy, because it is a big open area. So I kind of wanted to divide things up a little bit that way. You'll see me restructure it a little bit. It's off by a tile, it's bigger on one side than the other, and I was really annoyed about it. And here I go trying to fix it, but then I'm like, oh wait, that just makes the same problem on the other side. So I just left it as it was. I don't think it'll affect anybody being able to sit at that booth on the right, but anyways, then we've got some standalone tables, and like I said, we'll have outdoor seating too upstairs. I went ahead and made this wall. I love when I don't remember when they did it, but they added in the half walls at every increment, basically, which is great because I didn't want that wall to disappear when you were in cutaway mode behind the front desk, because I think it's really important to the decor and just the whole feel of the entrance. So I made it a half wall that's pretty much a whole wall, but that way it won't cut away, because I wanted you to be able to see the sign and the bar shelves and stuff, and then I wanted it to hide the busser's station and stuff behind it. So anyways, moving up to the upstairs, I didn't really change this room up here, this long room. It was already like that when it was a gym. But I did have to add the stairs back. I almost forgot, and I would have been really annoyed with myself right now going through this voiceover if I didn't add stairs. But anyway, so this is just kind of the stairs with an entryway, and then there's the bathrooms, and then we have the outdoor seating. I did change that. I think I changed the exterior one more time. No, maybe this was it. But we did keep the bar, and I, for the life of me, can't remember if at a restaurant a sim will automatically staff the bar or not. I literally can't remember. So it might be useless up here, but I don't know. I just couldn't remember, and I meant to go into live mode to check, and I'm just now remembering that I didn't do that. But anyways, just adding in some random decor into this weird like hallway to the bathrooms. And then I had this weird area over here kind of close to the kitchen. So I went ahead and just added in some counter like stools, because I was like, oh, you know, maybe like for lunch, like some people would come in by themselves and want to sit by themselves over at this little bar, because it was just too small of an area to put any tables really. So I went ahead and did that. All right, now we're moving on with the outside of the build. I had already done the entire inside, so like completely restructuring the building wasn't really an option. It also was something that I just wasn't interested in doing, but I did still kind of struggle with like even window placement here. The front of the building is very like flat and tall, which is fine, but I didn't want windows on the second story, and you'll kind of see why when we move back up there and look at the layout of the second floor. The whole left side of the second story is bathrooms, and there are big windows in the bathrooms, but they're like facing off to the edge of the building, which has like no other buildings over there, so it's still kind of private. But obviously the whole point of this lot is the views, so I still wanted large windows. So here I am kind of like messing with some different types of windows to put on the second story, but none of them just look right, and I didn't want to carry over the ones on the lower level, because like I said, it's just not a unified space up there. There's bathrooms, and I didn't want it to be uneven because I hate that. So I got distracted putting other stuff on because I didn't want to deal with the window situation. And then I thought, well, maybe if I delete this little bump out walled off area, I could put windows there. But then I was like, no, I still want a sign for the restaurant up there. So we're messing with that, putting some lights and stuff and more decor, because I'm like, let's just avoid the whole window thing. But I did change all the windows to black, which I like a lot better. And so then I ultimately decided to put in these tall lights, which actually did come with City Living, and I'm pretty happy with how that looks. It's kind of a good alternative to windows, because I just knew that I couldn't make the windows look even in that front area. So I'm glad I did that, and I think it looks okay. I went ahead and added like some garden lights out here into this little fire pit area. I've definitely been to some swanky restaurants that had like little fire pit areas like that, which I think are cool. So overall, definitely an unrecognizable space. It's not a gym anymore. Again, this is available in the gallery, and I have my gallery linked below, but it's also just my channel with 2 Y's at the end, because somebody took Hannah gameplay on the gallery, and whoever you are, I'm going to find you and ask you really nicely to change it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you've been enjoying my remodel series. This is the 9th neighborhood that I've remodeled, and this is part 15. And I put the entire playlist for the San Myshuno remodel is in the cards if you want to watch it. And I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.